What's going on, everybody? Tim from Tierfon Orbital. So today I am going to take a liberty and talk about a personal hilt. This is the Hearts of Kyber Kota. I have wanted one of these in my collection for a long time. And when Seth from Hearts of Kyber announced that he was going to be doing a couple of these, and it would likely be the last ones for a long time, I wanted to jump on it, right? I love the look of this hilt, but preferably, above everything else, I love the form factor of this hilt. Typically, we see Kota hilts that are super long, right? Two-handed, and that's fine. But for me, personally, I love the look and the profile of a smaller Kota, right? So I knew that I wanted to get one of these. They're super well made. This one is steel and aluminum. So I knew that I wanted to get one, right? So I went about designing a chassis for this one. I wanted to design, my thought was that I was going to do like a hybrid reveal chassis for this, but I just could not wait to get it installed. So maybe I'll do like a hybrid reveal chassis at a later date or something, but I just really wanted to get this one installed and start using it. So yeah, this is just a regular chassis. Okay. So with all of that out of the way, let's come into Fusion and talk about the chassis, and then we will do a quick demo. Okay, here it is. Removable Kota chassis. Greebly heavy on this one. I went back to just doing a chassis with an inordinate amount of greeblies on each side. One of the things that I also really love about this Kota is that I was able to get a 28mm speaker in it. Now, I looked at some of my previous Kota installs and chassis designs, and I wasn't able to get a 28 in them. So I don't know if Seth changed the design on this Kota or if it was always just enough room for a 28 and I didn't put a 28. I don't know, but I love the fact that I was able to get a 28mm speaker in this one. It makes it sound much more robust, right? So 28mm speaker down here. There is one single trench where I bring my negative battery lead as well as my speaker leads. They come up into the Proffie chamber up here. Okay. Battery tray, some greebly work on both sides. Okay. Some tubing. And then this is where our Proffie sits, okay? The Proffie just kind of tucks up underneath this lip and then slides forward into these forks to help it secure into place. Of course, I've got two rectangular LEDs in this, so there are two LEDs here. And then on the other side, I've got my kill switch, okay? Up top, we've got a 6-rail PCB, as I make you all dizzy. 6-rail PCB up top. This is from Smugglers Outpost. This is how we make a connection to the upper part of the hilt. Single button setup. Single button setup. All right. And that's it, right? Just a really simple removable chassis design, okay, that I think really goes well with this hilt. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that. Let's come up top. All right, so here it is, the Hearts of Kyber Kota. I absolutely love the form factor of this Kota. I love the way it looks. I love this leather wrap. It's steel, so it feels substantial in the hand. I just think it's a very, very great, I don't want to say simple design because it's not. It's not a simple design. A lot of work went into the shroud, obviously in the steel, but it's just a great, elegant, simple design, in my opinion, right? So the hilt came to me exactly like this. It was already weathered. Steel is not always fun to weather, so I really appreciate the way that this is weathered. The cloth and the leather wrap around top was added. And then, of course, this shroud, this really, really unique Kota shroud on here. Okay. Single button setup. CoverTech wheel down here. It's just a super, super good looking hilt. Okay. I'm going to get my set screw. Not my set screw, my Allen key here. I'll take off this pommel. Okay, so we can get a look at the chassis. So here is the chassis. I did a pass of pewter and black rub and buff on this just to give it a little bit more depth. And then I did paint some of these accents here on the chassis as well. Okay. So there are those two rectangular LEDs. And that's it, right? Okay. So this is a fully removable chassis. I've obviously already got my battery in. I'm going to slide that chassis in place. I'm going to line up my CoverTech wheel to the side here. Tighten that set screw down below. And there we go. God, this sounds so good. Okay. Another thing I really love about this hilt is the blade plug that's included with it. I've always loved the look of that blade plug that he sends with this hilt, right? So I did actually make one change to this hilt. I sleeved it for a 7/8 inch blade, and in doing so, I actually had to completely redesign and remake the blade plug, because the blade plug that shipped with it was a 1-inch blade plug. So I actually disassembled the old blade plug and made a resin 7/8 inch blade plug and just reused those parts, because I just love the way that this blade plug looks, right? But that's it. Let's come down to the bottom. All right, so there it is. The Hearts of Kyber, Kota. Such a great looking hilt. Like, that's just perfect size for me, right? And it sounds beefy. It sounds really good. Right. Let's put a blade in it. Okay, so 7/8 inch blade. I sleeved this for 7/8 inch. Okay, kind of see my sleeve in there. I like a 7/8 inch blade. I actually prefer a 7/8. Okay, so I'm going to put my blade in here. There is a set screw that is around front that I also had to lengthen, get a longer one. I'm going to tighten that, and then we are good to go. Oops. Oh, it's just such a well-balanced hilt. It feels so good. Okay. See what else to put on here. So I think I put mostly Ronin fonts on here. Ooh, that's beefy. I put a couple others on here. Count Dooku. Right. What else? Dissonance. So this is Dissonance from K Sith. I love the way that this font sounds, man. It's just like so. The swing is so aggressive. I love the way that sounds. Okay, one more. I am Luke Skywalker. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. Let's do one more. Ben Kenobi? There it is. Hearts of Kyber. Such a great looking hilt. All right, so that's it. That's the Kota from Hearts of Kyber. Great hilt. So there is that blade plug. Love the look of that blade plug. So that's all I've got. If anyone has any questions about this particular install or anything really, please do not be a stranger. And with that being said, may the force be with you always. Have a good one, everybody.